Hello, guys. It's me, Preston, and we're back for another episode of Genshin Impact. We're back with Shazna, Paimon, and my boy Trevor, and we're going to continue building the J Chamber. I keep on thinking that my mic is not all the way up, but at the same time, I know that it is. And as you can read, look, Trevor, the J Chamber is floating to the sky. I accidentally.
But it seems to be tied down by something.
Yeah, they're like metal
That's
chains.
because it's not finished.
Hey, Byron! And hey, Beto! And hey, person Paimon doesn't know?
We already met Beto? Huh. That's weird.
Given the enormous scale of the Jade Chamber, we split the construction work into two phases to make sure the structure remains balanced. Before we find some suitable plastrite, we build the Jade Chamber's keel at ground level. Once the plastrite is ready, we place it into the keel and let the partially constructed Jade Chamber rise up to the height of the surrounding mountain peaks. The remainder of the construction work is then carried out at that altitude. Once everything is ready, we release the iron tethers and allow the Jade Chamber to rise to its target altitude.
Miss Bywin, we've brought some new materials to submit.
One moment, I'll be right there. The construction work has only been able to progress this rapidly thanks to the plastrite provided by you. Lady Ningguang is most grateful and looks forward to seeing more of your work.
Wow, can't believe you sourced the plastrite so quickly. It's the key piece of the puzzle. Looks like you beat us to the punch.
Beto? You're joining the Jade Chamber contest too?
I don't know when we met Beto. Who knows?
Sure am. I happened to get my hands on a chunk of sunset vermilionite on a voyage a while back, so I figured I'd bring it over.
Okay, I think we might have met her in a previous quest. I just don't remember. I either done that quest off camera, or it's just another quest in Liu that I have not gotten my hands on yet, or Paimon and Beto just so happen to know each other.
Huh. So even though it's rare, we're not the only ones who managed to get a hold of it.
Oh, I've got some introductions to do. This is the renowned Miss Yun, or Yunjin, probably the most famous figure in the Liyue opera scene.
Greetings.
These two are Paimon and the Traveler, both good buddies of mine. And this is, sorry, not sure we've met.
Shenhe.
Shenhe.
I am their friend.
Good to meet you. A friend of a friend is my friend too. Or, as I like to say, a mate of a crewmate is part of the crew.
Okay,
Miss
so
Yun
this
is
like
also
a
here for the
pirate.
contest. Turns out she needed to borrow a boat, so we came together.
It's an honor
she's
to finally
Beto.
meet you both. I've heard much about you. Miss Shenhe, though we are only meeting for the first time,
Oh my
I
gosh,
have
my
a feeling
PC's
that we will get along
feels
very
really
well
warm.
indeed. To be honest with you all, I am in great need of this opportunity to ask Lady Ningguang a question. That's why I joined the contest. Thanks to my father's connections, I was able to acquire a specimen of the plastrite required. Fortunately, it was approved for submission, despite being a little on the diminutive side. Wow! So it looks like the three of us are competitors now.
We can just work together.
Excuse me for prying, Miss Shenhe, but are you competing as well?
No, I don't have any questions for Ningguang. I just wanted to help him win.
In that case, I have a proposal to make.
What
Lady
is it?
Ningguang said that the first 3 contestants to procure all 3 materials will be awarded the chance to ask a question. Well, there are 3 teams here. We can split the prize between us. Instead of competing against each other, we could work together to secure the top 3 places between us. What do you think? Sounds great, but how does that change things exactly?
I think I see where you're going with this, Miss Yun. The plastrite was the most difficult item to source by a long shot. Luckily, all 3 of us managed to get our hands on it. The 2 remaining items aren't quite so rare, so as long as one of us finds a way to source it, the other 2 can hop on the bandwagon. How'd I do? Is that what you had in mind?
Precisely.
Huh. Interesting approach.
Okay then. All right, I'll go first. I have some leads on these wonder cores. From what I've heard, the core itself is really not that difficult to make. The hard part is getting hold of the ore used as raw materials. I'm gonna head back to the ship and ask Suling if he's heard of them. You guys...
We will head into town and seek advice from Master Zhang of Hanfeng's Ironmongers. Thoughts?
Sounds good. Let's go. You can trust Mr. Zhang's smithing skills. I've actually gotten a lot of strong weapons from him, so...
Wonderful. We'll split into teams then, and whoever makes progress first brings all of us a step closer to victory. I'm gonna take off. See you later.
Bye, Beidou.
Okay, let's go!
Yeah, I mean...
By the way, what question are you gonna ask Ningguang, Yunjin?
I'm looking for a venue to host the performance of our new opera. Lady Ningguang has excellent judgment, so I would like to hear her opinion.
Yeah, my
Ooh,
question's
what's the
better.
opera called? Paimon wants to go see it.
The opera is a labor of love by my father. He wrote it based on a popular urban legend about an evil spirit and an adeptus. It's called The Divine Damsel of Devastation.
Okay, that's done in that cutscene. I can do more crap in my roll box roll during cutscenes. As you don't know, I'm actually playing it on the side. Because it's something that I normally do while playing this game. I normally have something else running in the background. For example, I was listening to YouTube videos. I feel kind of dumb. I saw Beidou and Yunjing. I did not know Yunjing's name at the time. I was like, huh, who is this girl? So I just walked in closer to get a closer look, and I accidentally triggered the cutscene, which I honestly do kind of feel dumb for. But, anyways, now it's time for us to... Actually, before I continue, I'm gonna turn up the volume for, like, the voices and all that. Audio. Oh, everything else. Keeping the music at that level because my 12th episode actually got copyright claimed. Master Zhang.
Ah, hello. Are you here for something off the shelf, or do you need something forged?
I feel like they have like the same 3 recycled voice actors for all like the non-important characters, you know, like the Wagner, like the random female NPCs that you see in the game, and the random like male NPCs and the random children that you meet. They all have the same voice actors, so then it would be cheaper to make. So you guys will just listen to the cutscene. I'll just be in the background fiddling.
Excuse me, Master Zhang. We were wondering if you'd heard of something called a Wonder Core.
Of course I have. Sorry, who's asking?
My name is Yunjin. Perhaps you don't know me, but I believe that you forged some weaponry for my father in the past for stage use.
Yunjin? Stage use? Oh, so you must be Miss Yoon. Sorry, my brain's finally caught up. It's not used to doing much beyond bashing a hammer all day. Everyone's heard of you, Miss Yoon. Even folks who don't make it to the opera all that often. Like myself. So, you're here to ask about Wonder Cores, huh? As it happens, I do know how to make them. Matter of fact, I made some for Lady Ningguang back when she was building the original Jade Chamber. The types of ore needed to make Wonder Cores are a little hard to come by. Lady Ningguang supplied them herself last time. I don't suppose you've brought any yourselves?
No, we were gonna ask you what kinds of ore we need.
Sure. Well, you'll need 2 kinds. Star Splinter Iron and Subrosium. If I remember correctly, Lady Ningguang sourced her Star Splinter Iron from the Mount Tianheng area. They say it resonates with visions.
So anyways,
It could take some work, but if you stick with it, you'll find some eventually. As for the Subrosium, though, that's trickier. It's all but unheard of on the market. I'm really not sure. Sorry. What I've heard is that the people around Mount Tianheng have some sort of magic trick that can pinpoint the location of the stuff. Of course, it's probably just hearsay. If you want my advice, start by looking for Star Splinter iron around Mount Tianheng. And if you run into any locals, ask them a few questions about Subrosium.
Mount Tianheng.
Interestingly enough, the story of the divine damsel of devastation also takes place on that mountain. I hear the view there is quite spectacular. A favorite destination of the Adepti, in fact. Perhaps it can give me some inspiration. Let's not delay. We should head straight there.
Hi! Man, I literally saw like 2 pixels that tell me how loud it is go red. So sorry for being a little loud. Oh my gosh, I just got done drinking like second cup of good old sweet Thai. So, oh no, Ekidran's not gonna infect them all. Darn it! Cutscene. Here we go.
I came to Mount Tianheng once with my father as a child. I remember it being such a long climb that I could barely feel my legs by the time we reached the top.
I'm gonna mute my.
This is quite a trip down memory lane for me. Look at these majestic, towering peaks and the gently flowing streams. It's like setting foot in paradise. No wonder the legend of the divine damsel of devastation is said to have taken place here. Adepti wander oft where mortals seldom stride. Indeed, this looks like a place that one might expect to be frequented by Adepti.
The Divine Damsel of Devastation is your upcoming opera, right? And the story takes place in Mount Tianheng. Huh. Seems like you have a real connection with this place. What's the story about, though?
It's the story of a girl becoming a hero.
Cool. A hero story? They're Paimon's favorite!
The legend first arose in this area. It is said that there used to be a prosperous village on the mountain. In that village, there was a loving couple who were completely devoted to one another. One day, a terrifying monster appeared. The wife was out collecting herbs and was captured by the monster. Her husband was so distraught at the news that it broke his spirit and drove him to madness. The vile and vicious monster told the villagers, "If you want to live, you must sacrifice a child to me."
What a nasty piece of work! Ugh. Paimon sure hopes this monster gets put in its place!
But the monster was so terrible and so strong that all within the village were terrified of it. They had no choice but to give in to the monster's demand. Just while they were discussing whose child would be given over to the monster, a little girl suddenly stood up and came forward.
No! Don't do it, little girl!
Unbeknownst to anybody else, she was concealing an exorcist's blade. She approached the monster's lair, feigning fear and trepidation. When she finally arrived, she courageously drew her sword and entered into a fierce struggle with the monster, from which she eventually emerged as the victor. Her extraordinary abilities drew the attention of the Adepti, and they took her as one of their own. Her story became the stuff of legends. But alas, the paths of mortals and Adepti seldom cross, and she would never again re-enter the mortal world. And so, Destined to grace the mortal realm for but a brief moment, she vanished like a wisp of smoke into thin air. That's how the opera ends.
I really like this story.
Because you
But
may
I
or may not
personally
relate
think that
to it.
perhaps the little girl was not as brave as the opera makes her out to be. I'm not sure she deserves all the praise she is given.
I've never considered that before. Opera is always an interpretation of the events it purports to portray. A certain degree of deviation from the truth is always inevitable. When my father wrote the script for this play, I suppose his intention was to inspire his audience with the character of the divine damsel.
I think it's a great story. The ideal story.
Well, it sure inspired Paimon! Let's go get ourselves some Star Splinter Iron! Yeah!
Okay, first I need to do something. Okay, now it's time to look for stars. Oh, I found Geosigil. I have a ton of Geosigils. Come on, climb up, climb up, climb up, climb up, climb up, climb up, climb up. Give me that Geosigil. I'm going down a little. Yeah, I guess a bar can be considered a restaurant. Here are anime signs. Okay, I think I have to go up the side. Ow! Damn slimes. Okay, here it is. Star Splinter Iron. Oh, I don't have to mine it. So anyways, we're gonna go over here, drop, climb down a little, collect a Geosigil. Where in the heck would another Star Splinter Iron be? Ah, here it is.
There
So
should be
now,
enough Star Splinter Iron. Now we just need to find that
Now-
Symposium.
okay.
I think I saw a village on our way here. Master Zhang said we should ask
Okay.
the locals for help. Why don't we try there?
Oh my gosh, I barely made that jump.
Hey, there really is someone here.
Okay. I'm gonna
Yunjin,
shut up.
looks like you were right. Excuse us, sir. Can we ask you something?
I'm gonna shut up now because I need to.
Huh. He didn't seem to catch that.
Hello, sir. We were just passing by and wanted to ask if you happen to know anything about Sybrosium.
Is he trying to tell us to look for clues in the village? Well, whatever. Guess we're on our own here. Shenhe, Yunjin, let's have a look around.
Sorry, you can go ahead without me. I'd like to have a word with this gentleman. If that's okay with you, Uncle Mingjin.
It's
Shenhe.
Shenhe. You're alive. The rumors were true. So, all these years? I'm sorry, I don't know how to find Sybrosium, but I think you can find some information in the village. This place is deserted now. No one ever comes here. So you can rummage around all you want.
Huh? You know this guy, Shenhe?
Thank you, kind sir. We'll go and take a look around. Don't worry. Mingjin has no ill intention towards Miss Shenhe. She'll be quite safe.
Okay, then let's see what we can find in this village.
The remains of a god, an abandoned village, Mount Tianheng. Does this mean that the true story of the divine damsel of devastation happened right here, in this village? The time frame certainly matches, so it seems we're in the right area. Let's keep looking around.
A reward on the road.
Huh. What's this?
The doctor said you were gravely ill. Don't worry, I'll give you everything I have to save you. My heart bleeds whenever I see you getting wearier. Your illness beyond treatment. How I wish I could suffer the pain for you. You said you had no regrets in this life, and that you only wished for me to take good care of Shenhe. But you regret nothing. Why the tears? I don't know what I've been doing lately. Though I still breathe, I feel like an empty shell. I have read all the ancient text I could get my hands on, looking for ways to save you. But it is utterly futile. I finally found it. It was Ming Jun. He had kept the book that could save you hidden. I took it and followed its instruction. It says summon a god and offer a sacrifice. The god appeared. I told him that I was willing to exchange my life for yours. He kept silent and only pointed to our daughter, Shenhe. The god said her fate was to bear the curse of calamity, and that she was prone to bring harm to those close to her. The god also said that she might have been the cause of your death. In that case, I thought I should. I left her in the cave, as the god mentioned. 3 days have passed, and still no news. I grow restless from waiting, seized by an ominous feeling. I'm sorry, my love. Forgive me. You too, Shenhe. Please forgive me. How stupid I was. How blind. Let me apologize to both of you in person. Maybe this is the true story of the divine damsel of devastation.
So, Shenhe is the divine damsel?
That was dark.
Now that I think about it, she does behave rather like an adeptus, and she is about the right age. So that's why I've been getting the strangest feeling whenever I chat with her. I should have noticed it earlier. According to this text, the divine damsel from the opera was actually the daughter of the loving couple. And she didn't volunteer. She was sacrificed to the monster by her own father. Oh, the truth is even more lamentable than the opera. Now I understand why Shenhe said the girl was not as brave as people think. It wasn't her choice to enter that ghastly situation. She was forced into it. Oh, it looks like my father may need to make a few revisions to his beloved opera.
Yeah, you're not the only one that was slightly disturbed.
We looked everywhere, but still no mention of Subrosium.
Can you shut up, Paimon? And we just read a
Let's have a
guy's
look over there.
suicide note. That's what that was. Like, the first note said that he took his own life shortly after both of them disappeared. So, Oh no, I'm scared to read this one after that first.
This is it!
Magic engraved on Syprosium does not wear off easily. Some believe the stone to be a bridge between the living and the dead. However, finding Syprosium is no easy matter. You need to be at the right place at the right time. Legend has it that you may find some Syprosium if you stand in the middle of the lake south of Mount Tiahang at dusk and look in the direction of the setting sun.
So basically, we need to go to the middle of the lake south of Mount Tianheng at dusk, and we'll find us some Syprosium. Let's go back and tell Shenhe the news.
Okay.
One year when I was back visiting, I heard a story about a white-haired adeptus from a merchant passing by. I never imagined it was you. I was a very close friend of your father's. I could have stopped him from performing the summoning ritual. I had plenty of chances, but I couldn't bring myself to stand up to him. I just let things happen, let it all escalate. Well, we all know how that story ended. I bring flowers back here every year. And each time I wish I had a chance to apologize to you.
To allowing him to have that damn book.
Apologize for what? If you'd stopped him, he'd only have found another way.
Why are they?
There is nothing he wouldn't have done for his true love. Nothing.
Do you still hate him?
I don't know what I feel. I'm told my fate is to bear the curse of calamity, so my master bound my soul with red ropes to curb my aggression. But it also dampened my emotions, making me dispassionate, like the Adepti. So if you ask me how I feel about the past, if I hate my father or not, the truth is, I feel nothing at all.
It must have been so tough for you all these years.
She reminds me of the girl. Homa. She reminds me of Homa from Eden Zero. You know, like the scene where she's like talking to her mom. Spoiler alert: if you have not seen season 1 of Eden Zero, and like the season finale and all that, she basically goes up to her mother and they're gonna punish her, right, for like all the shit that she done. So basically, she's like, "Your fate. I want you to get out of my life and never come back. I banish you from this realm," or whatever. And like, basically her mom, being a piece of shit, does not change her heart, and she ends up having a fate that is horrible, and I will not name here. Let's just say that it's very similar to a Japanese murder case that happened like decades back. Actually, yeah, I'll leave a video in the description describing the case. I don't remember the name of the case off the top of my head, but all I know is that the people that were the main culprits of that were real shitbags, so let's go.
Shenhe, we're back!
Oh, then I will leave you all in peace. Shenhe, it brings me some solace knowing that you are okay. I'll tell you more about the old times next time we meet.
Thanks, mister. We found some info in the end. Shenhe, look. This tells us how to find Syprosium. All we gotta do is go to the middle of that lake.
Let's go then.
Man, why are there such a long pause? Normally it's like seamless.
Miss Shenhe, there's something I'd like to talk to you about. Just now, in the village, we found your father's diary. It turns out that many of the details in the Divine Damsel of Devastation are not true to the facts. So I'd like to change them.
Why?
I know I say that opera always deviates from the truth, but now that the main character is standing right here in front of me,
I
cannot simply dismiss your lived experience in favor of my father's fiction.
It's okay. I like your version.
It's a lot less dark and depressing than my actual real life one. Okay. Basically, here's your choices. Go for the nice family-friendly Disney version, aka your father's version, or go with like basically the Hans Christian Andersen version, aka the real, more realistic one. Which, if you don't know, if you compare Disney Snow White to the original Snow White by no, yeah. Actually, no, not Snow White. Cinderella. If you compare the original Cinderella by Disney to the Hans Christian Andersen's version, like the OG one, it is so much more dark. Okay, for example, basically, like the final act, basically the princess has crappy memory like me. He does not remember the face of the girl that he really found cute and hot, so he ends up tracking her down, right, with the glass slipper. Stepmom wanting her daughters being basically the prince's lover, she ends up cutting parts of their heel and toes so that they could fit the glass slipper. And the prince, obviously remembering Cinderella having toes and part in her whole heel, she ends up finding out that the stepmom's stepdaughter, Cinderella, is actually the real girl that he danced with that night. Honestly, if you were gonna prefer one, honestly, the darker ones are interesting to listen to, but
My master once said that the day I learn how to use my strength for the good of others is the day that I can truly become part of human society. So, I hope that one day I might be brave enough to stand up and protect others, just like the girl in the opera. But I've never thought this way before, and I wonder whether I will continue to think in this way.
Don't worry. I believe you will. In fact, I think maybe you've already started to become the person you aspire to be. You just haven't had the opportunity to see it for yourself yet.
Shenhe! Yunjin! Cut the chit-chat! Let's go! We can't let someone else beat us to it!
well, anyways, we're going to the middle of the lake. And it's like Beidou there, and he's sort of like, haha, joke's on you, I betrayed you. And then we end up like having a battle with Beidou. I doubt that's gonna happen, but hey, that'd be cool. That'd be cool to watch. Swim, Trevor! Swim! Hey, my ping could be really worse. Oh, gosh. Okay, I'm gonna stand here. Trevor, prepare to take a nap, my guy. So, we need to oh, I can't read one time. Oh. Okay, a little more. There we go. You can't even see Inazuma like across the bay. It has to be greater than 30 minutes. Yeah, can't. Wonders of the world. Let's go. The hero's journey. I guess. What's that character just standing there? Zhao?
What brings you here?
Don't you
Have they
live
found a solution to the danger in the sea?
What danger in
Ningguang
the
didn't tell
sea?
you. Something has happened in Guyan Stone Forest. According to the contract, as an Adeptus, I should not get involved for now.
Bro, your job is to protect Liu. Ignore what
But
Ningguang's
these things can be
saying.
unpredictable. I have a contingency plan of my own.
If it involves me kicking Lyle's butt again, I am more than welcome to.
Only a single mountain lies between here and Liyue Harbor.
True.
If
It's not
things get out of
Tianjin.
control, I will defend this place myself.
Got it. I have no idea what the hell they're talking about. Why don't they explain it? Okay. I really hope.
That's everything we need! Let's head back and report in! Raymon's curious if Beto's made any progress.
Made any progress? I can assure you she probably did. Actually, I don't know. I'm currently looking at my Roblox world. If you don't know what I was doing during all those cutscenes, I was just quietly just sitting there to myself, thinking, I'm trying to make this. I now know what I want to do. I want to create like a gigantic city-state kingdom that basically has 4 cities. No! You're not falling to your demise. I refuse to allow it, Trevor. Talk to Zhang.
Oh, goodness.
So, are they okay?
This is some top quality ore you found. I think I'll get a good end product out of these. Guess now it's my time to shine.
Hey everyone, how's the A-team doing? I ran into a bit of a brick wall on my end. Suling's never seen a Wonder Core before, and says it'd take a lot of research for him to get up to speed.
Leave the Wonder Cores to me. I'll work on them while you go about your business. Don't worry. It won't take me too long.
Much obliged, Master Zhang. We should look into the
Zhang.
Adepti sigils next. But where should we find items relating to the Adepti?
I'll sort that out.
Yeah, Shenhe has connections.
Oh? You got this then?
Yes. I have been training with the Adepti for years. I know a thing or two about making sigils.
Oh yeah, just...
When we first met, I told you I came for the Jade Chamber, not the contest. In fact, I came specifically to deliver Adepti sigils. Master heard that Ningguang was planning to rebuild the Jade Chamber, so she sent me to deliver some Adepti sigils to her. Master also said she hoped that I can take this opportunity to rejoin human society. But now that I'm here, I wonder if I've been removed from the world for too long. There's so much basic knowledge that I lack. Maybe it won't work for me to stay here after all. But either way, I'm very glad to have met you, and I'll take care of those Adepti sigils.
Without knowing the ins and outs of your situation, I can't say whether you should stay or not. But now that our paths have crossed, we'll always have a connection. So if you're ever feeling down, come find me on my ship. There'll be a drink waiting for you.
Thank you.
Okay, offering alcohol.
So, Master Zhang,
pretty
I'll
sure
need to use
Shenhe
your
has
facilities to make the sigils.
Fine by me. I'm actually curious to see how the Adepti arts work. Maybe I'll learn something.
Zhang is pretty cool. I feel like this will take a long ass time to do so.
Whew. The sigils are ready. Though they are in some respects inferior to my master's, I can assure you there will be no quality issues.
I've finished forging the things you asked for, too.
Great! Let's go submit them before someone else gets there ahead of us.
I'm also wondering what sword he actually uses in the beginning. Is it like the same first sword that you get, like the dull sword? I'm not sure if I can climb those cables, so... Hey, lady! Baiwen, do you want these?
Ningguang's little secretary! We found all the materials!
Okay, I've been recording for about 40 minutes.
Oh, already? All three of you
Why are
found
you
them
surprised?
together. Okay, the Wonder Cores and Adepti sigils look good. It seems that we found our winners. I hereby announce that the winners of this material procurement contest are the Traveler,
Trevor?
Yunjin, and Beidou.
What?
Beidou barely
It's
did
over
anything.
already? I haven't even found the plustrate yet!
You suck at it.
I can't believe it.
I'll Spartacus you.
So close, but so far.
More like far, but...
I'd like to invite our three winners to please proceed to the Jade Chamber, where Lady Ningguang is waiting for you.
Huh? Where's Beidou? She was right here!
Captain Beidou has some business to attend to. She will join later. Please come with me for now.
Yeah.
Alright
She's
then,
nodding.
guess we'll head on up to the Jade Chamber first!
Trevor reminds me of
This
my
has been a
classmate
long
named
time
Nick.
coming.
He doesn't talk,
The
but
last
he's a
time we
chill
went
guy.
up to the Jade Chamber was ages ago.
By ages, you mean like a couple of days? Baiwen leads you to the Jade Chamber. Hey, Ningguang.
Combine the Adepti sigils with the Wonder Cores and insert them into the Jade Chamber's control compartment. The construction of the new Jade Chamber is now officially complete. Once the tethers are released, it will soar into the sky. Thank you all for your work. Now it is time for me to fulfill my promise.
Yeah!
Miss Yun, I've already heard something about the reason for your involvement. You are looking for a venue for your new opera, aren't you?
That's right. Lady Ningguang, I would like to hear your opinion.
The unveiling of Miss Yun's grand new opera surely requires a venue of equal grandeur. So what would you say if I proposed that we stage your first performance right here, in the newly built Jade Chamber? The Jade Chamber offers a splendid panoramic view of the mountains and the bustling city. It is fitting for the finest performance to be hosted in the heavens. I can think of no better stage for you than here, Miss Yun.
Thank you, Lady Ningguang. Then I will prepare my props and other articles shortly. Please allow me to bring all these aboard the Jade Chamber.
You're quite welcome. It's truly what a good opera deserves.
A traveler, Shenhe, Paimon, I'll be leaving now. Do come and see my play when the time comes.
It's Trevor!
You're next.
Trevor.
What is your question? I should clarify. I do not know your sister's whereabouts. Please, don't waste your question on this matter.
God!
Wow. You're a mind reader, Ningguang. Oh well. Guess Paimon will ask a question then.
Shut up, Paimon. It's my question, not yours, and I do the heavy lifting. You're just a manager. I'm gonna say this right now. Ningguang kind of reminds me of King Solomon. She's like really smart and pretty rich. I don't think... But there's one key difference. One of them is a lot more religious than the other.
Managing a successful business is not as simple as you might think. Capital, connections, sensitivity to the
She's
trends,
shaking
and
her head.
instinct for what is a good opportunity. All of these traits are crucial.
Can I just throw her off the Jade Chamber like a football and then I can actually ask my question?
If you want to know how to make money, I will honor our agreement and give you an answer. But that is not to say that it will work for you.
Wow. Paimon hadn't even asked the question yet.
See? She's like
Your
King
question
Solomon.
was written all over your face. Now look, you helped me rebuild the Jade Chamber, and
I
I
have
intend to
defended
repay you
you.
handsomely for it. So I promise you that should you one day require financial assistance, you may seek employment here. I will pay you at the highest rate of remuneration.
What is she supposed to do? Be your mascot?
Great! So next time we run out of Mora, we just need to come to Ningguang? No more questions from us. Shenhe, you got a question?
Me?
I hate how you took my question.
Yes, this is a group effort.
Thank you. But I don't have anything to ask.
Are you sure? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I'd urge you not to squander it.
Yeah, just don't waste it. Hold on a second. Paimon can probably think of another one.
Punch her
Lady
in the face.
Ningguang, do you think I can ever fit in Liyue Harbor?
Now that is an interesting question. Liyue Harbor is very inclusive. As long as you respect the rules here, you will not be turned away. So, the key is whether or not you yourself can develop a sense of belonging in Liyue Harbor.
Huh. A sense of belonging.
Yes. To become fond of a place, to feel part of it, it always requires a reason. Perhaps someone you've met, or something you've experienced here. Or perhaps you enjoy the atmosphere of Liyue, and you will become accustomed to it. In short,
enjoy getting this mission
everyone
done.
needs a reason to stay. I hope you can find yours soon.
I see.
Hey, what's going on? I just went to see
Beto,
the fleet
took
a
you
little
long
later than
enough.
expected.
Come on, Beto. It's your turn. Do you have a question for Ningguang?
Me? Nah, I ain't got any questions. She forced me to help out, so I figured I may as well get involved with the contest. Ningguang, don't forget what we talked about. It's not gonna be easy to deal with. I don't think my fleet can take it on their own.
Don't worry. I have made preparations. The wound dressings are ready, and the Millilith have set up an ambush.
For what?
Glad to hear it. Watch your back. Stay alert.
Beto? Ningguang? What are you talking about?
I've heard about
You'll
it.
see when the Jade Chamber ascends. However, it's not the most pleasant topic of conversation.
I watch true
Maybe
crime
it's better
videos
that
a
you
lot,
don't
so I
know.
don't care. I literally heard of one talking about how dude literally
When I first set
cannibalized
foot in the
a
Jade
5-year-old,
Chamber,
so...
I stood at the edge of the platform and looked down upon Liyue Harbor far below.
Man,
At that time, I dreamed that one day the
Might have an
Jade Chamber's
ego.
shadow would be seen in all 7 nations of Tevat. My wish has not changed to this very day. However, it is not only out of consideration for myself that I have built the Jade Chamber anew at this time. I hope the Jade Chamber will always float in the skies above Liyue Harbor, bearing witness to the prosperity and peace of the human world. And I hope that you can all witness it with me. Let the Ascension ceremony commence!
okay, now we're sick cutscene. The cutscenes in this game don't. Lyle's back, or isn't this a different guy? Man, I feel a stronger if you're as popular as
Right on cue. The Avenger of the Vortex, Beicht.
Who is that?
Osial's wife. Final follower of
Goodbye.